Hi everybody, this is Mary from Databasey, and in this video I want to show you my favorite user options in Raiser's Edge database view. To get to your user options, you're going to go up to Tools and User Options, and this box is going to pop up. When I choose settings, this is really just for me as a user. So I'm going to show you my favorite hacks in Raiser's Edge, but your colleague who's sitting, next door, they might go in and choose their settings, and that's not going to affect you. So anything you do in your user options only affects your view. So let's get into it. Okay, so you've got your general, right? You've got your home. Under records, one of my favorite things is under actions, I like to untick this prompt for follow-up. Now, if I were a major gift officer, every time I entered an action, it would prompt to say, do you want to do a follow-up? And some gift officers like that, but as a database admin, I don't like that. So I'm going to untick this and hit apply. Now, also in this record system or section, I really love to make sure that the campaign format, I don't like to see IDs. I just like to see the description. So I go through campaigns, funds, and appeals and make sure that I'm looking at the description. So that way, anytime you pull up a person's record or you're running a report, it's going to show you the appeal description instead of just the ID. So those are some of my favorite things. Now on the Export tab, here is where you can go in and choose your default export type. So most of mine are constituent, so I'm going to leave that. But instead of having to go back and forth all the time to choose a CSV file, I'm just going to go ahead and do this once. And then now, every time I go to export, it's just going to automatically save it as a CSV. So this will just save you clicks and little seconds here and there, but in the long run, it adds up. Now under reporting, under the gift preferences, this is for anonymous giving. And I always like to leave this intact, and I always like to leave the name intact. So that way, when I'm running a report, it doesn't just say anonymous, it says Aaron Hackett made a gift. Now, if you're setting up a user and it should still say anonymous, then you're going to want to choose this use anonymous. But as database admin, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as leave name intact. Okay, next is the color tab. This allows you to choose how you like to see things in different colors. So the required fields, like I'm not a huge aqua fan. I'm going to change this to purple. Whoops. And for batch, I don't like that lime green at the top. I really don't love that either. So I'm going to go with teal. It's very soothing. For calendar, I don't use this very much. Okay, but here is where this gets very interesting. So you can start to code your gift types with a color. So for example, let's say I want to see all pledges and I want pledges to stand out. I'm going to make pledges green. And then I'm going to find matching gift pledge. Oh, it already changed it to green. Okay, and then I want to see payments in purple. And then so you can go through and choose all of the colors that you want. And that way, when you're looking through a really lengthy list of gifts on someone's record, you can quickly and easily identify pledges or gifts in kind. Like I like to make my write-offs bright red, just so I can see like, okay, that gift is a write-off. And so I would urge you to spend some time in here, because this makes it and if you're a visual person, it makes it really nice to just see in a record, what these different gift types are. You can also do this with addresses, relationships. You can do it with different membership types, even actions or events. So lots of ways to customize your experience in Raiser's Edge. And lastly, and this is so huge, it shocks me how many people do not use this. So when you go to export data from a query or an export, you have to go through this whole rigmarole of, choosing, well, here, I'll show you. So let's say when I want to download Excel spreadsheets. So what I like to do is I'm just going to save it on my desktop. So instead of doing this, every single time, let's see, which just takes forever, right? Then you have to go to users. Then you have to go to your computer. And then you're going to choose desktop once that pops up. However, instead of doing this every single time, and I'm going to click OK, now every time I go to export an Excel spreadsheet, it's just going to automatically remember my desktop. And so once you have this, I go and paste this through, oh, you can't do that for Address Finder. That's okay. And I don't have Crystal Reports, and I'll just do this for fun, even though they don't do letters anymore. So this saves you a ton of time. And so now anytime you go to export, it's always going to, the first place it's going to take you is to your desktop. You might take it, to a very specific folder, which is great. I just like to put it on my desktop. So there it is. Okay, these are my favorite tips and tricks in user options. The last thing I want to mention is always hit apply before you X out, as if you don't apply it, then your changes won't take. Okay, I hope this helps you. Have a great day.